So in this segment, we're going to be talking about goods being shipped directly from Ireland to the rest of the EU, up by 50%. I kind of disagree with the framing a bit, saying directly from Ireland to the EU when Ireland is part of the EU last time I checked. So volumes of goods shipped directly from Ireland to other EU member states on new Brexit busting ferry routes have rocketed by 50% in the last 6 months as exporters seek to avoid travelling across the land through Great Britain, according to official data. And we'll kind of talk about that, using Google Maps about what the issues are. So figures published by the Irish Maritime Development Group show the significant travel diverted away from the traditional routes between Dublin and Britain to some of the 32 new ferry services direct to ports such as Le Havre, Cherbourg and Dunkirk in France, and Zeebrugge in Belgium. The IMDO report shows freight volumes from Dublin to Liverpool and Holyhead in Ainsley down 19%, because the goods that are going from, say, Ireland to France or to Belgium are just being completely rerouted because there's no point using England as a land bridge anymore. This is compared to 2020 and down 30% on the two routes from Rosslare in southeast Ireland to the Welsh ports of Pembroke and Fishguard. So you can see a clear decline in, I think it's called Ro-Ro trade, where it's roll on, roll off. It is clear that the new trading arrangements between Ireland and the UK have had a significant effect, a negative effect on Ro-Ro haulage, freight traffic between the two countries. The report said underpinning all of these trends are the new customs and trading agreements between Ireland and the UK that came into force on the 1st of January 2021. And the good thing for Ireland, I guess, is that the UK is not going to do checks on goods going from Ireland to GB, which makes Ireland a bigger land bridge than before. Traffic for the second and third quarters of this year show Ireland to EU traffic is already up 52% compared to with the entirety of 2019, and we're still in a pandemic. Trade is still slightly lower. For certain countries, anyways, unless you're Germany exporting to the UK, which is one of the exceptions. The decline in trade in demand for the ferry services to Wales and Liverpool has also seen Northern Irish ports receiving a Brexit dividend, with freight volumes hitting unprecedented highs. So these are, freight sort of carriers going from Northern Ireland to potentially Belgium or to France. Historically, Northern Irish hauliers have preferred the Dublin-Holyhead route as the quickest way to access the market, so going across Wales as the land bridge. But some have now skewed the route to avoid the new customs requirements involved between Ireland and UK ports, the report said. It has meant an uplift in traffic in Northern Ireland's three ports, with a 15% rise in Belfast, 18% in Larne, and 20% in Warrenpoint. So some of the, Northern Ireland is benefiting massively from the protocol in some regards. The rise in the number of ferry services going direct to France from 12 before Brexit to 44 in 2021, which tells you that this wasn't a major thing before Brexit, along with concern about possible delays over customs checks in Dover and Calais, has fueled the diversion of trade from Ireland directly to the continent, which is good for Ireland, to be honest. I mean, I'm not going to be like, how dare they find a way around us. It's good for them. On Saturday, Rosslare Europort said it had its busiest day in its history. Its general manager, Glenn Carr, put the increased demand down to the desire to avoid the GB, but also a reduction in trade with Great Britain because of the Brexit red tape and cost. In particular, industries we are definitely seeing where traditionally a lot of goods were sourced in the UK or exported to the UK, there's been a switch to the EU, he told the Journal. We definitely see it in the port in terms of a mix of goods, ingredients of food, dairy and pharmaceuticals. Now, if you actually look at a map, right, so imagine you're in Dublin, right? So you're trying to ship goods out. So you could go through Wales. So you would take a ferry, go land somewhere in Wales, we'll say Newquay or Newport. You drive across, well, I suppose it would be around here, wouldn't it? I think Holyhead's the big one. I can't find that on the map because I suck at geography. But say they go to Aberystwyth, right? They'll drive down all the way into England to the Dover-Calais crossing and move their goods into France that way. Or they would cut down here through Plymouth, say for example, and go across into other parts of France. But now what they're doing is they're avoiding the UK completely. So this whole area, right, the whole of GB is being avoided. So what they're doing is there's a nice little line here. So they're going across here, going down, and they're following these kind of shipping routes, and they're going to France. Is that France? Yes, going to France, going down potentially to Spain. They'll go down to Portugal, and they're also going all the way around GB as we've spoken previously. So they'd follow this route here, right, going all the way around, missing this area, going around, and into Belgium. There's Belgium there. That's what they're doing. And this is going to make Ireland, and next year Ireland's going to be an even bigger land bridge. You know why? Because the UK aren't going to do checks on goods going from Ireland to the rest of GB. So what that means is, instead of goods crossing here from Calais right to Dover, what's going to happen is they're going to start shipping goods into Ireland, and then Ireland, they're going to ship those goods directly to GB, because this here is going to become a massive choke point, this area, because we don't have the custom staff or facilities to start doing the checks. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a massive group of newbies having to do a lot of checks, and they're not going to be able to do it. So what they're going to do is, a lot of these companies are going to be like, look, how do we export these goods to GB with no issues, to avoid this choke point here? What they're going to do is, I'm telling you, they're going to ship the goods to Ireland, and they're going to ship the goods from Ireland and Northern Ireland into the rest of GB. That's how I would do it anyways, if they wanted to continue to export to us. Or they might just say, sod the UK as a market. There's no point doing this because it's not worth our time. It's not worth the money anymore because of all the checks and the massive delay. Because you've got to imagine, if you're an EU lorry driver, right, European lorry driver, you're crossing in from, say, Calais, right? You've gone to Dover. You get stuck here for a few hours at the crossing. Because your goods are being checked. So you're not making any money. You say you're stuck here for a few hours or whatever, maybe even days, because it's taking forever to get your stuff checked, right? You drop off your goods at Dover, say you got to go to London, drop your goods off here. Maybe you pick something up in, say, Watford or Luton to take back with you to the EU or to France or wherever, say, member state. So you grab your stuff in Luton and you're back at another choke point. You're back here at another choke point where you're going to be stuck here for hours or days because your stuff's getting checked in Calais, for example. So you've lost money both ways here, because you're stuck here, you're not making any money, you're stuck here, you're not making any money. So I think a lot of EU drivers say, no, you're going to have to pay me a king's ransom to go there, because I'll be stuck there for ages, because Britain sucks at doing import checks, because our systems are still not up and running. And they won't be until like 2024, 25, the proper systems anyways. But what more can you say apart from is anyone surprised that Ireland's becoming more and more kind of benefiting more and more from Brexit? Not only are they a land bridge for goods going towards other EU member states, but they're going to become a land bridge for goods going into GB as well. So congratulations, Ireland, you're going to benefit again from Brexit. But we'll cover that story when we get to it at some point. I'm still really far behind. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.